Yo, what up, man? Shout out Jets Media. This is the guy right here, man. Y'all stay tuned. Get with it.
Appreciate you, my man. Big season. Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. What's good, everybody? It's officially game week. 3 days until the New York Jets opener. Oh my God, it feels good to be giving you guys the first edition of the flight preview series here on Jets Media to kick off the 2022 NFL season. In today's live stream, it's going to be jam-packed with diving deep into the opponent of the Baltimore Ravens. What are some keys to victory that the New York Jets need to do in order to pull off the upset against the Baltimore Ravens? Who are some X factors to look out for that some players absolutely need to step up in order for the New York Jets to stay competitive, in order for the New York Jets to somehow, some way, pull off the upset and get the victory over the Baltimore Ravens? Get into some injury news. Get into what Joe Flacco needs to do. There's a lot of stuff to get into in today's live stream, so I'm really excited to kick things off here with the first ever flight preview edition of On Jets Media before the 2022 season. You guys see a smile on my face because it's football day. We got the Rams going up against the Buffalo Bills tonight on primetime football. This is the best time of the year, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Everybody do your boy a favor and smash that thumbs up button on your way into the show. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new to help me out to get to my new goal of 13K subscribers. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's good, everybody? We got R&R, just win. We got Willie. Oh, okay. J-Mac. We got RKO. We got Ray in the building. What's good, Ray? Jacob. Eric. Thank you for everybody tuning into the show. Philip, making sure that his section 314 is going to be loud. I love to hear that, Philip. Jets family's in the chat. Dave. Jets Forever is tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the chat. Great member on the channel. Matt is tuning into the channel. What's good? What's good? What's good? So, first, let's talk about the unfortunate news that just came out a couple of minutes ago. We heard yesterday that Dwayne Brown was not practicing, and then we hear again today that he's officially not practicing again. Left tackle for the New York Jets, Dwayne Brown, not practicing with a shoulder injury. Now, this is definitely not the news that you want to hear heading into week number 1. Mekhi Becton goes down for the season. We signed Dwayne Brown to replace Mekhi Becton. Now, it looks like Dwayne Brown is suffering a shoulder injury. There's nothing but bad things coming out about the New York Jets on the injury front heading into the season. It's unfortunate because it seems like we're the only damn franchise that suffers with these stuff before the season even begins. Like, why can't we go into the season healthy and then allow the injuries to happen organically instead of happening in practice? That's what really frustrates me the most. So if Dwayne Brown's unable to go, I think the Jets are going to kick George Fant out to left tackle unless they feel like they don't want to do that because George Fant has been readjusting to the right side. And then they have Max Mitchell or Connor McDermott going to be out there at the other tackle spot if Dwayne Brown cannot go. Now, we do not know the severity of this injury. We don't know how it happened. We don't know if it's going to be day-to-day, if it's going to be week-to-week, if it's going to be months, it's going to be for the season. We have no idea the timetable for this Dwayne Brown injury. But there's no sugarcoating that this is absolutely devastating news that the New York Jets, veteran Pro Bowl tackle that they get in the offseason, who's been durable for the most part of his career, comes to the Jets and is injured. Very, very unfortunate news. So we're going to have to start off with the bad news before we get into the in-depth analysis and in-depth preview of the New York Jets hosting the Baltimore Ravens. So, listen, man, the other injury news, DJ Reed, who has been suffering an injury throughout the training camp. He's limited at practice, which is a good sign. He's back out there on the field. George Fant's limited with the knee injury. And that's really it. Dwayne Brown is the only one that seems to be not on pace to be playing against the Baltimore Ravens. So expect either Connor McDermott to play or the rookie Max Mitchell to make his NFL debut. Definitely not the news that we want to be talking about. So let's get into the preview, man, of the game. Also, if you guys want to help me out, I have another YouTube channel, if you guys are aware. It's called Touchdown Kingdom. It's my NFL YouTube channel. I come out with weekly videos over there predicting each individual game. That is down below in the description. If you want to head over to that YouTube channel, subscribe and watch that video. I put a lot of time and effort into that NFL YouTube channel. So if you guys want to help out Richie, help out your boy, really does mean a lot. If you guys can go down the description, subscribe to Touchdown Kingdom, and hit the like button on that video. Put a lot of time and effort into that. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to the AFC East Roundtable. The second episode on the new channel was live last night. I was representing Gang Green. We got into heated debates about the AFC East with the Dolphins, Patriots, and Bills. All that great stuff is linked down below in the description. So, first and foremost, we're going to talk about the Jets' keys to victory. What are the Jets' keys to win this game? Here are my keys to victory. First off, we're going to go by one. Establish a run game. Now, we see that Michael Carter is listed on the unofficial depth chart as running back number 1. Don't get it twisted. That does not mean Breece Hall is not going to get a lot of touches. I think Michael Carter deserves it. A lot of people are looking at this as a negative where it's not. Mike LaFleur actually spoke to the media this morning, and he said that Carter is the heartbeat of the offense. And he is. That man is the glue to the offense in terms of off-the-field stuff. Even Elijah Moore said that this team would not really have a personality without Michael Carter because of his captain ability, his leadership, and his play on the field. LaFleur also said Carter tried to get a yard faster because the one thing about Carter that we can all agree on, excellent running back in terms of making people miss, staying upright, balance, vision, but he doesn't have that breakaway speed like Breece Hall does. So it was up to Carter to go into the offseason and get a little faster. So when it comes to establishing a run game, that is the first key on offense for me. Breece Hall and Michael Carter need to be heavily involved in this offense, and it really is up to this offensive line. Now, the big problem here, guys, is the Ravens are one of the best teams defending the run in the NFL. Last year, they were top 5 in the league at stopping the run. Now, that's going to be a big disadvantage for the New York Jets, especially with Dwayne Brown potentially being out. So our offensive line doesn't really have continuity out there. The Jets don't have a lot of experience playing together on that offensive line. We do have the addition of Lincoln Tomlinson to be excited about, Elijah Vera-Tucker entering year number 2 to be excited about, the veteran George Fant, and Connor McGovern. The other tackle spot is definitely going to be up in the air. So establishing a run game is going to be key because if we cannot run the football, then all of a sudden we're going to lose the game very fast because we cannot rely on Joe Flacco to throw the ball and win us this football game on his own. It's that simple. We cannot rely on Joe Flacco to win us this game with his arm, which is why we absolutely need to establish a run game early with both Carter and Hall. Because if you establish a run game in this offense, it opens up so much possibilities for Mike LaFleur to get creative with play actions, with bootlegs, with the tight ends, with the wide receivers. And you can just continuously pound the rock up the middle, outside zone, Carter and Hall. Maybe Hall breaks free on his first game for a touchdown. That is very possible. So let's hope that the run game is ready to go because in the preseason, the run game didn't really look as ready as we anticipated. That was more on the offensive line, in my opinion, than the running backs. Now, the next key that I have is get the ball in the playmaker's hands in space. What do I mean by that? You got to make sure that you give the ball to Elijah Moore. You give the ball to Garrett Wilson. You give the ball to Breece Hall and Michael Carter in space. Say the running attack is not working. That means you do not just stop giving the ball to Carter and Hall. Maybe you stop running the ball, but you give them the ball in space with screen passes. Get creative. Let the running backs run routes. Check it down to your running backs because I got a lot of confidence in both Hall and Carter. If you give them the ball in space, they can make people miss and pick up the first down. You got to make sure that Joe Flacco and Mike LaFleur schemes people open, and the wide receiver's job is to get open as well. I think that the wide receivers have a really big, game ahead of them because that the defense that they're going up against is well suited. They're experienced. They're all pros. They're veterans. The only inexperience that's out there is the rookie Kyle Hamilton. So it's up to Elijah Moore, the veteran Corey Davis, the rookie Garrett Wilson, Year 4 of Braxton Berrios. Can all those guys get open, and can Joe Flacco give them the ball in space? Because I got a lot of confidence in the weapons. Talking about Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzomah as well. When they're open, you give them the ball. Joe Flacco got to step back, be poised, which I don't have any issues with. I think he's going to be poised. But he needs to make sure he makes the right decisions. And if there's somebody open, get rid of the ball quickly. Give the ball to your playmakers in space. Now, flipping it over to the defensive side of the ball. Got to get consistent pass rush, man. The entire defense relies on this defensive line to get to the quarterback on a consistent basis. If they do not get to the quarterback on a consistent basis, we're going to be screwed all season long. And luckily, knock on wood, this Jets defensive line is stacked and they're healthy right now. We got Quinnen Williams ready to go. John Franklin Myers, Carl Lawson set to make his Jets debut. The 2 additions of the rookies in Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens. We got Solomon Thomas joining the squad. Jacob Martin, Bryce Huff, Nathan Shepard, Sheldon Rankins. This defensive line is deep, and we absolutely have to make sure that this Jets defensive line is ready to go and gets consistent pressure on Lamar Jackson. Because if you can get pressure on Lamar and you force him to make mistakes when he throws the ball to create turnovers, I honestly think the entire defense is the X factor. I think if we want to win this football game and we want to get the W, guys, the defense has to be the reason for it. Because I don't have confidence in relying on Joe Flacco to win us this game. If the defense can contain the Ravens, create turnovers, create havoc, force Lamar Jackson to stay in the pocket and throw the football, that's the next thing I have. You want to make sure that Lamar stays in the pocket, force him to throw the ball down the middle, down on the perimeter. I do not want Lamar to run all over us. We have to contain Jackson with a quarterback spy, which is the next takeaway, the next key to victory. Who's that man going to be? It's going to be Jordan Whitehead, man. Jordan Whitehead is a big, big X factor, and we're going to get into all the X factors later on in the stream. But I genuinely believe that if the New York Jets defensively can contain Lamar Jackson, which is not going to be easy. Like, we can say it, yeah, contain Lamar Jackson. We're not going to contain him all game. There's going to be times where it's third down, and the defense looks great, but it's a broken down play. Lamar Jackson does Lamar Jackson things and picks up the first with his legs. That's just inevitable. Lamar is going to break free for a 25-plus yard rush. It's inevitable. But what the Jets can control is to not allow that to be redundant throughout the entire game. Not allow explosive plays down the field. I have a lot of confidence in the Jets' corners and Sauce and DJ Reed to lock down the perimeters. But the one thing I'm concerned about is defending Mark Andrews over the middle and the entire Ravens tight end room. How are the Jets going to defend Mark Andrews? I have no idea. Quan Alexander, Michael Carter II, CJ Mosley, Quincy Williams. Those guys, they need to either double team him, they need to scheme him, they need to bracket him. They need to make sure that Mark Andrews does not eat, because the Jets got absolutely exposed last year from tight ends. We cannot cover anybody over the middle at all. We need to make sure that Mark Andrews is a priority to lock down. So if the Jets, defensively speaking, can get to the quarterback, force Lamar Jackson to not have a lot of time in the pocket, force him to stay in the pocket with quarterback contained, have a quarterback spy, so if he tries to run, there's someone there, and defend the middle, I want Lamar Jackson throwing to the perimeter. That's where I want him to throw the football. I want him to throw it to Sauce Gardner. I want him to throw it to DJ Reed, to Michael Carter. That's the key defensively to stopping the Ravens. Now, is that going to happen all 4 quarters? No. The Ravens are going to put up points on us. But what the Jets can do defensively is set a tone. Force the Ravens to make mistakes. Force the Ravens to turn the ball over. It's not going to be easy, but it absolutely is possible. I think this Jets defense on paper has the talent to do so. Now it's up to the coaching staff, man. The Ravens have a gigantic advantage in this game when it comes to the coaching staff. John Harbaugh is a seasoned vet, Super Bowl winning head coach. Absolutely way better coaching staff than the Jets have because they're experienced. We're going to year 2 of our coaching staff. So they have the advantage there. This is the time where this Jets coaching staff needs to prove that they know what they're doing. You can preach all gas, no break. You can have all the talent in the world. You can say this, you can say that, get better every day when you wake up. I love all those mantras. But at the end of the day, it's all about execution. And you cannot execute a game plan if you not give them the proper game plan to execute. So defensively speaking, I'm talking to you, Robert Saleh. I'm talking to you, Jeff Ulbrich. How are you going to maximize our talent on paper to make sure that we can contain this Ravens high-powered offense? Because the Ravens have a very efficient running attack. Even though J.K. Dobbins might not be playing, even though the running backs might not be all healthy, they got the veteran in Davis, they got the veteran in Kenyon Drake. They're going to run the football a lot. So the Jets need to stop the run, get to the quarterback, force Lamar Jackson to stay in the pocket and throw the football on the perimeter. If he keeps throwing it over the middle, we're going to get eaten alive. Now, the final key to victory I have is win in the trenches. If we can dominate the game on both sides of the football in the trenches, defensively and offensively, I like our chances. If we can make this a game with 5 minutes to go, it's a tie game, or we're down by 3, we're up by 3, whichever one it is, I like the Jets' chances to win this football game. But we got to win in the trenches. If we allow the Ravens' offensive line to just move our D-line and run all over us and just block us to the point where we have no time to get to Lamar Jackson, it's going to be a long day. If the Jets' offensive line cannot open consistent holes, if we're allowing the Ravens' defensive front to just eat us and plug the holes and Hall and Carter are going nowhere, guess what? It's going to be a long day for the offense. If we allow the Ravens' pass rush to get to Joe Flacco, it's going to be a long day. The Ravens do not have the best pass rush in the NFL. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Joe Flacco's not going to be able to have an efficient day if he gets pressured consistently, and that's a fact. We do not have Zach Wilson out there. The great thing about Zach Wilson, his superpower, is to be able to rely on his athleticism to evade pressure and escape the pocket to make things happen. Joe Flacco does not have that ability. Joe Flacco is a statue in the pocket. You need to protect him. Get rid of the ball in 3 seconds, two-step drop back, boom, fire, find the open man. So if the Jets can protect for Joe Flacco, I think he's going to be able to have an efficient day. He's got playmakers around him. He's got Moore. He's got Davis. He's got Mims, even if he needs. He's got Berrios, Garrett Wilson, Conklin, Uzama, you name it. This is the most talented Jets team has ever had offensively in so long. Now, we cannot rely on our rookies to do everything. So we need the year 2 of Elijah Moore. We need the veteran of Corey Davis. We need Braxton Berrios to be reliable. We need the veterans of the tight end room. We need Michael Carter. We need these guys to absolutely step up to the plate. Now, another key to victory that I have is starting the game with energy. If the Jets win the toss, or say we receive first, Jets offense gets the ball, the last thing we need is a 3-and-out. The last thing we need is this offense to look like shit immediately. Also, the last thing we need is defensively to allow the Ravens to just absolutely drive down the field and score on us at will. Because too many times last year, this Jets football team was down by 7 points or 14 or 10 points way too fast, and the Jets had to play from behind. That can't happen this year. We need to show up and master physicality, play with more physicality if we want to win this football game. It absolutely stinks we do not have our starting quarterback out there with Zach Wilson, and there's no sugarcoating that. You cannot say anything else besides it's unfortunate. But there's no excuse for the players around him in Joe Flacco. Because I think the key to win this game is the players around Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's got to have a good game, obviously. But we need the defense to step up. We need the playmakers to step up. We need the coaching staff to step up. So, what's going to happen, man? We will find out. We will find out. So, I have another segment to get into, which is going to be the Jets X Factors. But before we get into the X Factors, I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching a replay, let me know some of your keys to victory. Is it going to be establishing a run game? Is it something I haven't mentioned? Let me know in the chat right now your keys to the Jets' victory over the Baltimore Ravens. Also, do me a favor. The goal is to get 100 likes on the stream. We got 41 likes with 96 people tuning in. Please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button if you did not already. I greatly, greatly appreciate that so we can get this live stream notified to everybody around YouTube. Smash that thumbs up if you did not already. I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. Feed Mims is the key. You guys want to feed Mims. All right. Defense. Run Brees and Michael Carter. 2, Lamar Jackson contain. 3, make him look like Julie Andrews. True that. Key to victory, offensive line play and stopping the run. Yeah, I like this one, man. You got to be able to do it. We got Modine. Love Modine. Always coming in with the positive energy. I like all your keys, but none of them will happen. Jets will get smoked on Sunday. We appreciate your optimism, my man. And for goodness sake, protect the old man. It's true. We got to protect that man. If we allow Joe Flacco to get pressured consistently, it's going to be a long day. We're going to lose by a lot. And this offensive line, without Dwayne Brown, oh, gosh. Sauce on Bateman. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch for sure. Year 1 of Sauce, year 2 of Bateman. Give it to Mims. He can handle it. I wish. Dwayne Brown is overpaid. The Jets were desperate, man. You cannot blame the Jets for going out there and taking a gamble on Dwayne Brown. I mean, when Mekhi Becton goes down for the season and there's a Pro Bowler from last year, yes, he's old, but you got to roll the dice with that. Let's hope that he's not going to be a long-term injury, but there's no sugarcoating. That is an absolutely devastating injury. Lawson gets his 4th sack. Lamar going to start throwing. Pick City, baby. Lawson's getting 4 sacks tomorrow on Sunday. Okay. Trick plays, fake punts, anything to kickstart the team. Yeah, Michael, I love this one. Defense is the key, Jets forever. I genuinely believe that if the Jets win on Sunday, it's going to be because of the defense. And there's no excuse for this defense. There might be some excuses for the offense. We have a backup quarterback, and we have our starting left tackle being down. But there's no excuses for the defense. We're healthy. We're healthy on defense going into this game. Carl Lawson's here. DJ Reed is healthy. Sauce Gardner's here. Jordan Whitehead. Quan Alexander. CJ Mosley. LaMarcus Joyner. We're healthy on defense. So there's absolutely no reason for this defense to not step up and play good football. Offensively speaking, you can see it struggle. The offensive line doesn't have continuity. Our left tackle is going to be down. Our backup quarterback's in the game. So we have to make sure the defense is the reason that carries us. Supporting this channel from Jack's Basement. Help, Richie. Thanks, Jacob. What do you mean? Jack's Basement? Our defense is healthy. Yes, it is. Who do you think can hit 100 yards on the ground first? Brees, Carter, or Lamar? I hope it's Carter or Brees. Quan is going to light somebody up again. Let's hope, man. Key is Robert Saleh being held back from charging the field on every play. Need energy from everyone starts with him. That's a fact, man. If Robert Saleh needs to be held back from the referees, we're having a good-ass day. Lawson and Q got to be dominant. That's a fact, man. We need to absolutely disrupt this game at the line of scrimmage, at the point of attack. I want the Ravens to get the ball first, and I want this Jets defense to sack Lamar and force a punt. Doesn't have to be a 3-and-out, but force them to punt the ball. Set a tone. Remember, guys, last year, before the injuries started hitting the Jets defense, it was the Jets defense that was keeping us in football games before it all went haywire, and then all of a sudden it flipped around, and the offense was good and the defense was shit. So remember, last year, Week 1 against the Panthers, the defense was keeping us in that game. Week 2 against the Patriots, even though Zach Wilson looked like shit and he had 4 interceptions, that defense started off strong in the home opener. We had a sack on Mac Jones multiple times. That defense was keeping us in the game. If the offense had any type of energy last year in the home opener against the Patriots, I genuinely believe we could have won that football game. And then week 3 against the Broncos last year, we got shut out. I mean, the Jets offense put up 0 points. So the defense was doing everything they could to keep us in that game. Week 4 against the Titans, we had 7 sacks, which led to that victory against the Titans. So the Jets defense, when they were healthy last year, before all the injuries started piling in, they were playing very good football. So is the defense going to be the same thing to start off the season this year? We'll find out. Ronnie Stanley did start practicing, so I think he's on pace to go. Key to win. Defensive line got to get to Lamar, and Jets have to pass a lot because the Ravens have a crazy run defense against a short-handed offensive line. Jets have to throw it short a lot. Yeah, man. We need to establish a run because that is a strength of this offense, but at the same time, the Ravens have a very strong run defense. So, can Joe Flacco stretch the ball down the field? I also want to see the Jets take some shots down the field with Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. We have some playmakers to stretch the field, man. We have got to get loud. It's third down. MetLife's going to be wild, bro. Wide receivers, tight ends going to have to step up. Flacco's going to have to dink and dunk all game so the rush doesn't get to him with the O-line. Facts. Flacco revenge game. Going to light it up. Can you imagine if Flacco lights it up? Oh, my God. That would be awesome, but I am not going to bet on it. That's for sure. All right, so we have another segment to get into, which is going to be the X Factors. Which players for the New York Jets needs to step up? But before we head into that, we're going to go into a fun little segment here for the sponsor of Jets Media, which is Prize Picks. Now, Prize Picks has a lot of interesting bets, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat about who's going to go over or under for this game. I want to hear your guys' thoughts of this because this is interesting. We're talking about the Jets here on Prize Picks. We're talking about the Jets. So, first and foremost, which Joe Flacco bet do you guys want to start with? Which Joe Flacco bet do you guys want to start with? And remember, if you guys want to join the party on Prize Picks, use my code JetsMedia down below in the description. Click on that link, and you get 100% of your $100 deposit matched. Now, this is fun little bets here. So, first and foremost, we're going to add Elijah Moore. 52.5 receiving yards. Do you guys think Elijah Moore is going over that or what? Over or under Elijah Moore, 52.5 receiving yards? Let me know in the chat. Over or under? I know what I'm saying here. On Sunday, is Elijah Moore going over or under? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Everyone seems to be over. Okay. So we're going to take the over on Elijah Moore. Now, Joe Flacco, 230 passing yards. Now, this one's tricky, man. We got to put our Jets bias aside. We got to put the Jets bias aside. What's it looking like here? Over or under on this one? Jets bias aside, what's it looking like? Joe Flacco, 230 passing yards. I don't know if he's going to be able to go over this, in my opinion, but that's just me being realistic. So let me know your thoughts. Over or under on this? All right, I see you guys making your picks. Under? It seems like most people are saying under on this. Listen, man, we want to win some easy money here, so I think, remember, use my code JetsMedia, 100% deposit match up to $100. It mean a lot to me, guys. If you can click that link down below in the description and sign up to Prize Picks using my code JetsMedia, all capitals, JetsMedia. So we're going to go under on Joe Flacco. And also, guys, before we get into more of the Jets, I just want to show you this crazy promo that they're doing. You can add Tom Brady to this, And if he passes for 1 passing yard, then you win. If he passes for 1 passing yard, then you win. So we're going to add this to the mix so we can win some easy money. So we're going to add Tom Brady, and then we're going to go back to the NYJ, the Jets game. So we have under on Flacco, over on Elijah. And we don't even have to include this one because there's a lot of cool ones with Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Tyler Conklin. I like this one from here. Michael Carter, 33.5 rushing yards. $33.5 rushing yards from Michael Carter. Over or under here? That's an easy over, man. For me, that's an easy over. If Michael Carter does not get 34 or more rushing yards, we're going to lose the game. That's simple. Now, which one should I add here, guys? Tyler Conklin, fantasy score, Zerline fantasy score, Davis's receiving yards, Elijah Moore's fantasy points, Breece Hall's fantasy points. I like Joe Flacco's pass attempts. Which one should I do here? No way Brady gets 1 passing yard, Anthony. All right, don't do fantasy score. I won't do fantasy, Elijah. Thanks for letting me know. So then we're going to do Corey Davis, 40 receiving yards. Over or under on Davis? I think he can get over. I mean, if Davis is not getting over 40 yards, it's going to be a long day. So Elliot says under on Davis. Jets Forever, of course, says under on Davis because he thinks Davis is the worst player in the world. Over on 1 catch. Over. I'm not listening to Jets Forever on any Corey Davis bets. Trust me. Big target and a starter. Yeah, I agree. We're taking the over on Corey, everyone. So, would you guys prefer to do Flacco's yards or Flacco's pass attempts? Because 34 pass attempts or 230 yards. I have the under on Flacco's yards. Now, I don't want that to happen. I prefer to go over. I would want Flacco's to get more than 230 passing yards. So it's hard to bet the under on that. I think under 34 pass attempts is more realistic. So we're going to switch it to the pass attempts. And now if we're playing for behind, it's easy to pass a lot. But if we're playing and establishing a run game, he's not going to be passing a lot. So I think he can go under on this one. I think the Jets are not going to rely on Flacco to run the ball a lot. So I think under 34 pass attempts makes a lot of sense. Or do you think that the Jets are going to be losing? We're going to be playing from behind and Flacco's going to be slinging. Because if that's the case, then he's going over. So it's probably going to be over based on the reality of the opponent, and the Jets probably going to be having to keep up. So say this is the bet right here. We have Elijah Moore over 52 receiving yards. Tom Brady needs literally 1 passing yard. Michael Carter needs 34 rushing yards. Corey Davis needs 41 receiving yards. Joe Flacco needs to pass for 35 times. You can bet $25 to win $250. And the cool thing about this is they all don't need a hit. If they all hit, then you get 10 times your money. But say you miss one of these things, you still win twice your money. If 3 hits, you can still get some of your money back. So that's why I really like Prize Picks, because other sports books, when you make same game parlays, like on DraftKings or FanDuel, you make a parlay. How many times have you guys made a parlay and everything hits but one and you want to rip your hair out? Prize Picks gives you the opportunity to make some money even if you miss on one. So, guys, if you want to join Prize Picks, use my code JetsMedia down below in the description. The proud partner of the channel. they match 100% of your money up to $100. So you deposit $100, they give you $100 for free. So I think it's a really easy thing to do. And also, say you want to make a really easy bet to make your money at first, and you don't want to do a big parlay, and you see one of these things. So we're going to do one of these things. That's going to be Elijah Moore, because I got a lot of confidence in him. You have to do two. So you do Moore on the Tom Brady special. He needs 1 passing yard, and then you get Elijah Moore over 52.5 receiving yards. This is probably what I'm going to do. I mean, let's look at this. You bet $100 to win $300. You guys have confidence, that much confidence in Elijah Moore putting up 53 yards? Because I do. That's why you have to take advantage of this promo they're doing with this Tom Brady box. This Tom Brady square is ridiculous. It's like easy money. So I like these odds. It's plus 300 on Elijah Moore getting 53 or more receiving yards. So that's why I highly recommend you guys hopping on Prize Picks and you take advantage of this code. Take advantage of this promo. Once again, they match $100 up to 100% of your deposit match using my code JetsMedia down below. And also, if you guys do sign up, please let me know in the chat so I can give you a shout out. If you sign up using my code, please let me know in the chat so I can give you guys a shout out. So I'm definitely going to be depositing money, and I will be putting money on Elijah Moore in this box. Maybe going to get crazy. Might include this Michael Carter one on Moore. Might include Breece Hall as well. Because you can bet $100 to win $1,000 on that. That's too easy, baby. Again, guys, let me know in the chat if you guys are signing up or not. So now we're going to get into the next segment. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring Jets Media. Means a lot to the channel. And again, guys, if you sign up using my code Jets Media, please do not forget to let me know in the chat so I can shout you out. Prize Picks works in New York. I don't think they're available in Jersey, but I could be wrong. All right, so we're going to go into the next segment, which is going to be the Jets X Factors. Before we get into the X Factors, guys, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button if you're just tuning into the show. The goal is 100 likes on this stream. We got 50 likes. We're halfway there. So smash that thumbs up button, everybody. Smash that thumbs up button. All right. So now, heading into the next segment. Here is my list of the Jets X Factors for the game. Now, we're going to go by one, and I want you guys to let me know some X Factors in the chat as well. First X Factor is obvious. Joe Flacco. Hey, Joe Flacco, you're the starting quarterback. You're going up against your former team. Are you going to step up to the occasion? Are you going to be accurate? Are you going to be decisive? Are you going to be making the right decisions? Are you going to protect the football and get the ball in your playmakers' hands? He's obviously the biggest X factor of the game because he plays the most important position, in my opinion, and that is the quarterback. So Joe Flacco, now's your time to prove, because he thinks that he is a starting quarterback still in this league. The next one is simple. Michael Carter and Breece Hall. We have the two young stud running backs as X factors because the Jets absolutely need to establish a run game early in this game and throughout the game in order to win this football game. If we have to rely on throwing the football with Joe Flacco, if Joe Flacco has to throw the ball more than 40 times, not a good sign. Because this offense, similarly to how the defense starts with getting to the quarterback and pass rush, this offense all starts with the run game. Outside zone, opening up holes. Breece Hall needs to make sure in his rookie debut that he shows up, because there's a lot of hype on Brees, man. A lot of people drafted him in fantasy high in the 4th round, 3rd round even. A lot of people are going to be starting Brees Hall in fantasy across the NFL. Now, I'm not saying I care that much about fantasy. I prefer the Jets to win football games. But the point is, Brees Hall is a very hyped up player on this Jets team across the NFL. Not even just Jets fans. Brees Hall is being hyped up across the league. Now, I love that a lot of people are sleeping on Carter, because everyone's thinking Hall is going to overshadow Carter, which is not going to be the case. It's going to be a split backfield. They're going to be on the field at the same time in some formations. They're both going to be impactful this season. My next X factor, Elijah Moore, baby. Where you at, Elijah? It's my guy. Big X factor. Big opening week for our guy, Elijah Moore. Now, why is he an X factor? Because Elijah Moore, there's a lot of hype around him too, man. The national media, the fantasy football people, they're hyping up Elijah Moore. It's not just Jets fans. And then when there's expectations for a player, they need to meet them immediately. The last thing we need is Elijah Moore to go out there and not step up, because the pressure's on now for Elijah. I have so much confidence in Elijah Moore that I'm not worried. But the case may be, now's the time, Elijah. You're going up against an experienced veteran all-pro secondary in the Baltimore Ravens. How are you going to get open? How are you going to be able to create separation? How are you going to make Joe Flacco's job a lot easier? Because you know that Joe Flacco's looking Elijah Moore's way. Fun fact, last season, Elijah Moore's most productive game as a rookie came when Joe Flacco was the starter. 11 targets, 8 receptions, 141 yards, and a touchdown. I have so much confidence in Elijah Moore this season, and he needs to have a very impactful game right out of the gate if the Jets want to have a chance of winning this football game. That's simple. Now, the next X factor is the most important one. The entire offensive line. We unfortunately hear the news that Dwayne Brown's injured. Probably the last thing we need to hear. So we have Dwayne Brown hurt. Is George Fent going to the left tackle spot? Is Max Mitchell making his debut, or is it going to be Connor McDermott? The interior of this offensive line needs to be the reason why we are successful in the run game, because we cannot depend on that tackle. Now, Dwayne Brown has not already been ruled out. There's still a chance that he could be limited and he's just being cautious. I don't know. There's no report yet that he's out for a couple weeks. Is he day-to-day? We have no idea. But this offensive line is a big X factor, because without them, we're not going to be able to run the ball. Without them, we're not going to be able to pass the ball. If Joe Flacco is getting pressured consistently, Joe Flacco is not going to be able to find the playmakers. If the offensive line is being penetrated early by the Ravens' defensive front, guess what? Brees Hall and Michael Carter, they're going to have a long day. So the entire offensive line is one of the biggest X factors of this game. I love the addition of Laken Tomlinson. He's going to have to really step up. Elijah Vera Tucker, you're number 2. Playing a new position. We traded up to get you, AVT. You had a very good rookie season at left guard. Now's your time to prove to be worth that 14th overall pick, sacrificing all that capital to go get you. Connor McGovern, not the greatest center in the world, but he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's in between a Pro Bowler on his left side, potential Pro Bowler of AVT on his right side. That interior offensive line needs to open up holes, needs to protect, because if Joe Flacco gets interior pressure in his face, that's the worst case scenario. If he gets pressure on the edges, I like Joe Flacco's chances of stepping up into the pocket and throwing the football. But if there's pressure in his face, he's not going to be able to step up, because when you're a statue type of quarterback like Joe Flacco, where, so for example, like Eli Manning wasn't mobile. Peyton Manning wasn't mobile. Tom Brady was not mobile. But they were able to step up in the pocket when the edge rushers are coming, feel them coming, step up, offensive line doing a great job in front of them, and making the right throws. Now, I'm not saying Joe Flacco's on the same caliber as any of those players, but he has the same type of ability in terms of his mobility. So Joe Flacco's got to step up, be decisive, and make sure. Now, a player that we need to look out for, and Riley says it in the chat, Calais Campbell. He's going to be a monster in the run game. He's not that good at attacking the quarterback, but against the run, he's going to destroy the Jets, to be honest. So we have to make sure that we are looking at him and double teaming him all over the place. Now, getting to some X factors on the defense. Starting off with Carl Lawson. The Jets debut of Carl Lawson, baby. We have waited way too long to see this guy out there in a game that matters. That's not a preseason matchup. Carl Lawson, if he can get to the quarterback on a consistent basis, it's going to unlock this defense in another level. Now, I cannot expect Carl Lawson to just do this because he is coming off an Achilles. I think the Jets are not going to have him out there every single snap. They're going to ease his way into it. But if Carl Lawson can get some quarterback pressures, man, maybe get a sack, that's huge. We need some edge rushers to get to the quarterback early. And then getting to the other key of that defensive line, Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams, I think, has an opportunity here to get paid like one of the top defensive linemen in the entire NFL. And it's all up to him. He's played like an above-average D tackle throughout his career with the Jets. But he's never really taken that step up to be that guy. He's never really stepped in to be top 3 in the league like he was drafted to become with that 3rd overall pick. Now, I think Quinnen Williams has everything you need with the additions of Solomon Thomas, Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, all the help around him with John JFM still there. It's only going to benefit Quinnen Williams to eat. Now, getting into the secondary, the reason why I have Jordan Whitehead in here is because he's going to be the man in charge of stopping Lamar Jackson. If you watch the tape of the Buccaneers, he did a tremendous job of being that QB spy against the mobile quarterbacks. He was brought here to help contain Josh Allen. He was brought here to help contain mobile quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, is he going to be able to do it every single play? No. There's going to be times where Lamar Jackson makes him miss with ease. But Jordan Whitehead is that guy that needs to watch Lamar. He can't do it by himself. There has to be an entire 11-player game plan against it. But Jordan Whitehead is a big-time X factor in this game in terms of stopping Lamar Jackson running the football. Michael Carter II. He's going to be the guy that's going to be lined up against the tight ends. You can say him and the linebackers. But I got my eye on Michael Carter II, man. Can he match up against Mark Andrews? Can he match up against the rookie Isaiah Likely? I think Michael Carter II is my breakout player on this Jets defense this season. He had a pick in the preseason against Tyrod Taylor. And I think that Michael Carter II has an opportunity to really step up. Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner was not targeted once. He was not tested once in the preseason. That's not going to happen again. He's going to be tested. I'd be absolutely shocked if the ball does not go his way throughout the entire game. He's got to go up against Rashad Bateman. Sauce Gardner. Rookie debut. The only rookie I have on this list besides Hall, but he's partnered up with Carter. Sauce Gardner. He could be a big difference maker. If he absolutely shuts down his side of the field and it forces Lamar to look DJ Reed's way, which I absolutely love DJ Reed. But Sauce Gardner, if he can play the way he did in preseason by locking down that side, forcing opponents to not even look his way, to the point where they're looking that way and they're like, oh my God, I can't throw it. Sauce is over there. Tucks it, sack. Or indecisive, throws over the middle, picked off, Quan Alexander. Sauce Gardner's got to be on his A game. But at the same time, Jets fans need to realize that Sauce is a rookie. We cannot expect this man to be perfect out of the gate. We cannot expect Sauce Gardner to become an all-pro corner immediately. He has all the tools we need to be that, but he's going to have some times where he's going to get called for a penalty. He's going to get beat deep, and it's going to be all over Twitter. Oh, Sauce Gardner's overhyped. Just be prepared. When you're a player like Sauce's caliber, especially at the cornerback position, which in my opinion is one of the hardest positions to transition from the college to the NFL, not saying he's going to get beaten week 1, but there's going to be times where he's going to have a rookie mistake. And there's going to be people clowning him. Because when you're a guy in Sauce who's so hyped up, any chance that those fans that hate on the Jets gets to shit on him, they're going to take advantage of it. And don't allow that to get to you. They shouldn't get to you. Another X factor is the entire linebacker unit, since they're going to be defending over the middle with the likes of Mark Andrews. So you can throw them in there as well. But if I'm talking about these guys on the Monday show after the game in a positive light and we lost, I don't know what to tell you. If they play well and we win, that's the best case scenario, maybe. Obviously. So, anybody in the chat have any X factors that I did not bring up? Which players did I not bring up that you think needs to have a big game in order to get the victory? Is it CJ Mosley? Is it a specific player on the O-line? Is it a tight end? Is it a wide receiver? Who is it? The linebackers for sure. And the coaching staff. I mean, the coaching staff should be on this list every week. This is a big season for them. Big season for them. John Franklin Myers for sure. All right, so to finish off the preview, it's time to hear from you. Time to hear from the chat. We're going to open this up to a Jets Q&A. Super chats go first. So in the chat, if you have any questions for me regarding this game, fire away. Fire away, baby. Any questions you may have regarding the New York Jets matched up against the Baltimore Ravens, how are we going to win this game? Let me know. And also, if you did not already hit that like button, please make sure you do so. The goal is 100 likes. We have 71 likes. So please make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you did not already. First question, what do we do on the O-line if Brown is out? So if Brown is out, I think it's going to be George Fant potentially kicking back out to left tackle. And Connor McDermott is nursing a knee injury. I know he's limited at practice, so I don't know if he's 100% going to be playing. I don't know if the Jets want to throw the rookie out there and Max Mitchell yet. So if McDermott's healthy, I think they're going to rely on him. That's just my guess. Could be wrong. Because if George Fant is that type of versatility, and if he can kick back to the left side, that would be ideal. Because we do not want a backup at left tackle. Can we meet up at the game? Hell yeah, man. I'm down to meet up with anybody. $131 watching and only 80 likes. Smash that like button for Richie. Sean, thank you so much, brother. You're my man. All right, guys. Any questions? Let me know. Richie, what time are you going to the Jets Lounge tailgate? I'm going to get there super early. I'm going to be doing my own thing with Jack. When we bring my Blackstone, I'm going to be cooking some breakfast, cooking some eggs. And then I'm going to head over to the Jet Lounge tailgate. I don't know what time. But I'm going to be doing my own little thing with Jack. Maybe do a live stream from my phone. And then head over to the tailgate maybe around 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'm not sure. Good special teams and field positions. I mean, this is a very underrated piece of the game. The Jets have one of the best special teams coordinators in the league, Brant Boyer. He's survived 3 coaching staffs. If the Jets can get their field position right, very underrated piece. Jets Nation, you guys really underestimating a healthy Baltimore Ravens team. I'm not underestimating them, bro. I've been praising the Ravens and saying that everybody is sleeping on them because they forgot that last year they were injured all over the place. And they're an extremely talented team when healthy. So I am not underestimating them. It's going to be a long day for the Jets. Yes, Johnny, Dwayne Brown injured. I know. We talked about it already. Very unfortunate. Richie, this is a tough matchup for the Jets. We always seem to struggle with mobile quarterbacks and can never cover the tight ends. Do you think we get it done on Sunday? Manny, listen, it's going to take a lot for this Jets team to get it done on Sunday. What I want to see is competitive football. And I don't want to sound like a guy that's very pessimistic and not expecting a win, but we have to ground ourselves and understand that this Jets team is absolutely outmatched by this Ravens squad, especially with our backup quarterback in and our backup tackle in. That's a big, big disadvantage for the Jets. The Jets are going up against an experienced coach in Harbaugh, veteran All-Pros all across that roster, an MVP quarterback. So it's not in our favor here. But you're right. We do struggle against mobile quarterbacks. We do struggle defending the tight end position. So we really have to be on our A game and make sure that those two doesn't happen. We do need Berrios to show up, baby. That's my guy. That's my guy. How high is the ceiling for Michael Clemens? Can he eventually start? Michael Clemens is the star of the rookie class in preseason. Listen, when it comes to the defensive line, don't get into the starters. It's all about the rotation at the D-line. Just because you're not the first player out there on the field, when the defense gets out there, doesn't mean you're not going to be playing a lot. So Clemens is going to be on the field, man. I promise. The defense will show up. I hope so. Defense will keep us in the game. We will score on defense and stifle the Ravens offense. Elijah Moore will score. Corey Davis will score. And Brees will score. Ray, yes, please. That means you got 3 touchdowns. That means the defense got a touchdown. That's 4 touchdowns. If that happens and we lose, I might be happy. Content, at least, rather. Because I'm never happy with a loss. But the one thing I will say about this game, guys, on Monday, after the game, if the Jets are competitive and they look good, but they lose, I'm going to be a little more happy if the Jets get absolutely destroyed 40-0. Ravens running backs aren't a worry. They're not, especially with J.K. Dobbins hurt. Dobbins might be injured. Would I take the Jets plus 6.5? I might stay away from that, man. Have fun at the game. Hopefully MetLife is rocking. It's going to be rocking, baby. We already know Sauce is defensive rookie of the year, but who wins offensive rookie of the year, Garrett or Brees? Well, first of all, it's really hard for a corner to win that award because you need to be able to get a lot of numbers at the cornerback position to win that type of an award. So I don't know if it's a lock that Sauce wins it, but I think Brees has a better chance of winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, unless Garrett just wants to take over the league like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson did. Hey, Justin Jefferson, what did he get picked? 22nd overall? Jamar Chase was picked where? 6th overall? Garrett Wilson picked 10th overall. Now, the Jets have a lot of playmakers around Garrett Wilson, like Elijah and Davis and Berrios, so it's not like we're going to be looking at Garrett Wilson all the time. But Garrett Wilson has a chance to break out, man. He has so much talent. So much talent. It's crazy how it takes the team to be competitive to be happy. Yeah, it's true. How about the rookie tight end Isaiah Likely? He's a beast. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Ravens got one of the best tight ends in the NFL, Mark Andrews, and they drafted a guy in Likely who had a really good preseason game. Lamar Jackson vowed to be only a pocket passer until he gets his new contract, so the Jets don't need to worry about him running. Is that true? I don't think that's true. The O-line needs to keep Joe in the pocket, letting him make easy throws to playmakers and will move the ball decently well. Cannot allow pressure in his face or him rolling out as we saw in preseason. Very, very true. Garrett Wilson got some hands. I drafted him as a backup in my fantasy, hoping he breaks out. Me too. We got to find a way to get Elijah Moore in one-on-one situations. He just knows how to get open. That's a fact as well. Elijah Moore is going to have a phenomenal season, man, if he stays healthy. And it's true. Don't underestimate our tight ends. Now I love it, man. Gotham Green, you're right. This is the first season the Jets have had actual tight ends heading into a season in so long. We got Conklin and Uzama. And Lawrence Cager. Don't sleep on Cager, everybody. And Rucker. I love our tight end room. Our tight end room is 4 players deep. I think Cager's going to have a catch in this game. I think Conklin's going to be like 5 receptions, 60 yards. Uzama, 3 receptions, 28 yards. Elijah Moore, 6 receptions, 85 yards and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 4 receptions, 49 yards. Corey Davis, 3 catches, 55. I mean, that's a lot of yards, Richie. Relax. Oh, my God. It's going to be a crazy day at MetLife Stadium. It feels good that football's back, to be real with you guys. We do have so many playmakers, bro. Tyler Conklin's going to have to prove to be the best signing of the offseason for the Jets. I sure hope so, Jet Life. I sure hope so. Richie, you gambling this year? I guess you missed my prize pick segment. I made a whole list of who I will be placing bets on with prize picks. Use my code JetsMedia. You get $100 matched. And this is what I will be doing on prize picks. We got Elijah Moore over 52.5 yards. They're doing a special where Tom Brady needs literally 1 passing yard. We got Carter going over 33 rushing yards. Breece Hall over 10 fantasy points. You bet $100 to win $1,000. So if you guys want to join the party on this, make sure you use my code JetsMedia. Click the link down below in the description to sign up. So yes, I will be gambling this year. But guys, did we hit the goal yet? Did we hit the goal yet? We got 88 likes. Can we get 12 more likes before we wrap up the stream, my man? Please hit that like button if you did not already. It means a lot to the channel so we can get as many Jets fans notified that your boy just made a flight preview. Expect a lot of Jets content throughout this season, man. We're going on year number 4 of Jets Media. Yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of Jets Media starting. Pretty crazy. We're going into year number 4. It's so ridiculous how much this channel has grown, and it's all because of you guys hitting the like buttons, subscribing, sharing it with your family, sharing it with your friends. Whatever you guys do to support this channel means so much to me. You guys have no idea. When I created this YouTube channel, it was just because I wanted to connect with fans around the world. I had no idea it would become what it is today, and I cannot thank each and every one of you guys more for that. We're kicking off year number 4 of Jets Media. This is going to be the best season yet on the channel. It's going to be the best season yet for the New York Jets. This is going to be the most successful season I've ever covered. Promise you that. We're going to be in this together. I will not be live for the game on Sunday, obviously, because I'm going to be at the game. But don't worry, I'm going to be live for every single game this season for my live play-by-play reactions. Outside of the 2 games I will be in attendance for, which is week 5 and week number 1. So stay tuned for more Jets content. We're going to be doing a live reaction to the game on Monday, 2-hour segment from noon to 2 o'clock. We're going to get some live callers in. So if you guys want to join me, we can talk about the game together. We got a lot of things that I'm planning for this channel, my man. So I really do. It means a lot. Hennessy just downloaded Prize Picks. Shout out to my guy. Where is it? Shout out to my guy Hennessy. Just downloaded Prize Picks. I'll make a couple bets today and again on Sunday when tailgating. Hopefully you use my code JetsMedia because then you get 100% of your $100 matched. So you basically you bet $100 down, you get another $100 for free. So Hennessy, thank you so much for using my code. Anybody else, once again, if you want to use my code JetsMedia for this weekend, they got a lot of cool bets on there. They got a promo going where Tom Brady needs 1 yard, and you match that up with another. It's basically a parlay. It's basically a parlay gambling software that Prize Picks got. Let me know if you guys are signing up with my code, and I'll give you a shout out. Thank you so much, Hennessy. It means a lot, and I'll see you on Sunday, brother. Davis, Moore, Wilson, Berrios, Conklin, Uzama, Hall, and Carter. Let's go. We got playmakers, baby. As Joe Douglas once said, playmakers, baby. Can we get 4 more likes before we end off the stream or what? 96 likes. Let's get the 100 likes. Let's get pumped up. We need Jets Nation to show up big time on Sunday. If you're not going to the game, buy some tickets. We need to show up big time. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got some Dolphins fans tuning in. Good luck to you guys, I guess. But, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, Zach Wilson can get healthy. Dwayne Brown can get healthy. And hopefully we can stay healthy on Sunday. So, we hit 100 likes. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. JETS, Jets. Let's go shock the world. Let's go get the W. Let's go upset the Baltimore Ravens at home. That does it for the flight preview of the New York Jets versus the Baltimore Ravens. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Enjoy NFL football tonight. Buffalo Bills versus Rams. Let's go Rams. Peace out, everybody. Love you all.